up your hands, you will. Put up your hands, you will.
Not gonna lie. Not my league.
Hello, hello. Yeah.
It's definitely one of the more unique usernames I've ever seen. So
To be honest, like once we kind of were, I'm the one that came up with a lot of these ideas. Some I stole from Frank Senior from when he did the rat only rewards show way back when in Valhalla. But like this one I came up with, and I was thinking, when I was making this, I was like, who would win this? And honestly, Bathwater was definitely one of the people I thought of because like it is very interesting, but it is funny. Like I enjoy it so.
keep and make it listen. Make him listen to it. Keep something. Yes, thank you.
Mm, mm, mm.
Alright, well, Thank you, everyone. I'm glad people have enjoyed the cast throughout the season. It's been a lot of us that have put in a lot of hours on the cast
Hold
here.
on, hold
So
on. They can't hear us, or they're struggling to hear us. Well, Joe said that it's in and out, and Things Go Boom says we can't hear. Joe says he can hear me, but not Halanu.
yeah, I often have to be turned up. My microphone sometimes does not want to cooperate, sadly. Well,
Best
thank you,
caster, but you
everyone.
can't even hear him.
No, yeah. Hey, shout out to production people that have figured out how to make it so my mic is actually audible. That's big.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of obviously here. I haven't casted for Camelot yet. I know, me and you actually casted for OSL, but like I listen into most of our casts, and I do honestly like you do a great job. So well deserved, and thank you for honestly all your hard work of casting. You've been fantastic for the production team. So
Been a pleasure. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun games this year. So thank you, everyone.
hmm
Yeah, Rosie truly the goat of like community spectators right now. I feel like Rosie is in every league, just spectating constantly, and you can tell she's very, very, very good at what she does. So it's always a pleasure.
no, I agree. Like she's been a huge help, and honestly, like spectators are so hard for come by. I don't know how many people here realize, not that many people like to do the spectating. So having people like Red Rosie Panda here to like consistently have spectate for us and allow us to have multiple games casted a week is huge. So major shout out to her. It's awesome, and she does a fantastic job when she does spectate too. It's very very enjoyable to watch, and honestly, spectating very not easy as a lot of people maybe think it is. It is a
Spectators
lot of work.
so hard.
Yeah, so major shout out. And also just major shout out to the whole production team. I mean, obviously we can only have one best caster, one best spectator, but everyone did an amazing job so far this year, and I'm excited to see the grand finals cast that we have this weekend from you guys. So yeah.
Yeah, Ice Age also, especially in Arthur, coming back from losing what on paper were their two best players to making it into semifinals is impressive. So well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Arthur. I mean, Merlin's another one where they started off like 0-4 and then ended the season like 4-5 or 5-4, one of those two. Like they, not only Arthur had to come back, but Merlin also had to come back, and that's so hard to do as an organization. Have two of your teams come back from like just the brink of death like that. And Ice Age did. I mean, both Ice Age teams made semis. And of course the only undefeated team in the entire league, Ice Age Lance. Um, you know, playing in the finals, but then on the other side, Tanukis. We had two Tanuki teams in the finals, so huge shout out to that team. They've been amazing. The Lance team did lose the semis, but still, getting all three of your teams into semis pass. I mean, no surprise that both of these franchises made up there. Fantastic job to both of them and their owners, of course. Mm. So apparently, Jordan, they can't hear you. So this entire time, maybe that's why they were saying we were cutting.
That
in
is
and out
why.
because...
Yeah, maybe they can't hear me. That's why. I've been saying stuff this whole time and no one's been able to hear me. Fantastic. Good job from production.
Jesus. I mean, yeah. Jordan's an idiot. Everyone, just make sure you remind him. I mean,
They don't need reminding of that.
This is what we get. This is absolutely what we get. But yes, Jordan has been reading the titles. I mean, me and Halan have been going over most of the other stuff, but Jordan has kind of been leading the titles for us. But it's fixed now, so
you should be able to hear me. God's sake, it wouldn't be a stream without any production issues.
It wouldn't be an award show without everything just falling.
Every award show. Okay, listen. I used to run Valhalla like 3 years ago now. I was the owner for a while, and then I've also done a lot of admin work. Every single award show that I have helped with has been, or even just witnessed, has had some issues. It is a curse. Whether it's actually in the wrong team or wrong name or whatever, or just production issues, there's always something. But anyway, yes, Flaming Tanukis and Hanford Hairnets had the spiciest trades. I know Jordan was kind of talking before we realized no one can hear him. I mean, and also that's probably a good thing. But the Lance team kind of did a bunch of trades, kind of got a completely new roster, and then of course finished the season in semis, so paid off.
Let's go. The next award is going to be the best franchise name. This was voted as the Cyberpunk Otters, which I don't think anyone can doubt that is a pretty goated name in terms of org names.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how much there's to say about this. I think honestly, it's a fun name. Every time I see against them, I think they also might have the best logo. It's a nice looking logo.
It is. It's a very interesting combination of otters and technology.
I do really like their color scheme and everything they got going on. And honestly, shout out to Jacob, because for those who don't know, this was I won't go into the whole story, but Jacob kind of had a last minute change, and so he had to come up with all of this. I mean, he kind of had the idea down, but I don't know. It's it's pretty awesome that he won best franchise name after all of that. So
yeah, and to back off that, the next award is the best franchise logo, and again, Cyberpunk Otters take this one as well, as Halano just commented on there. Goated logo, of course.
Yeah, for everyone, I do not know who won any of these. Honestly, kind of funny.
You called it, so there you go.
All right. Hold on. I think we'll have a few more, but hold on. I want your prediction for the rest of these. All right.
Okay.
All right. Bring him up, because I honestly don't remember the categories. It feels like
best
ages.
Franchise color.
Franchise color.
What are we going for here?
I feel like Tanuki's probably won this. But let's see.
Okay. The winner was Ice Age.
Okay, Ice Age is also. I was between this Ice Age and Going Ghost. So
yeah, Ice Age.
All of them, the classic colors.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a bunch of good colors in this league. It was actually funny because when we were first getting the season started and everything, when teams were orgs were picking up their colors, we had 5 that were some shade of purple or pink.
We did, yeah.
Most of our franchises did it, so but I mean, Ice Age, that clean just light blue is very nice.
Yeah,
that's the only compliment I'm giving Mammoth's org. So
yeah, Mammoth doesn't deserve any more compliments for the rest of the evening. So, moving on. Next award is going to be the best community selfie. Now, this one I have got the picture to show you as well, and I think the community will probably know who this is, but I wonder if Halano will know who this is. I don't know if you check out the selfie tab.
Absolutely no idea. That is not. It's a tab. I've looked at the tab, but I have no idea, honestly.
This award is going to go to. The chat's already putting it on there. It is going to go to Deez, and we do have the picture ready to show. There he is.
That makes sense. That checks out.
Look at that man.
I mean, honestly, it's well deserved. I mean,
very spicy. It's a nice community selfie. Get that off my screen. I love it.
But no, I mean, mad respect. I love it.
There we go. Nice there.
So patriotic. How can you possibly not love it?
It is. And that will bring us to the end of the community awards. So we're now going to move on into the Arthur Awards. which is going to be the meat and potatoes of the evening. We are going to do some fun awards first, and then it will be going into the third, second, and first placed award winners, and then followed by the MVP to finish. So, without further ado,
Well, I unfortunately do have to dip. I only was able to join for the first part. Jordan and Holando will take you on an adventure. And Jordan's not muted this time, so it won't just be Holando talking to himself.
It won't just be me as much as we all want to hear that.
But yeah, excited for the winners to get announced. And have a good night, everyone.
thank you very much for joining
Have a
us.
good one, baby.
I will say Arthur again, just for you, Sleepy, because you love mocking my accent. I was in a Smite game with Sleepy literally about 20 minutes ago, and he was just mocking my British accent the whole entire time. So, as most people do. First award is the most likely to DC. Do you have any predictions for this? As obviously you are in the Arthur division. You've played against a lot of people and a lot of teams.
I guess it'll be Eon. He's a Canada boy and had a few issues throughout the year staying connected to the Smite client. That'd be my guess.
It's jinxed.
Jinx, okay, another non-US player that also has their share of staying connected to the game. That makes sense.
Milton Keynes is known for having bad Wi-Fi along with a lot of bad other things, so it makes complete sense. Next award is going to be the Chatterbox Award. This is for the person that just does not shut up. This is for the person who just talks way too much. Do you have any comments on this one?
There's gonna be a lot of people. I'm trying to think of who's been spamming Arthur chat this year.
But not necessarily Arthur chat. It could be in game as well. It could be someone who just
In-game
talks
too.
too much in game as well. It could be someone who just talks too much in the community. So it's kind of a mixture of both. I think people have interpreted it both ways.
Yeah, this is a hard one to predict. I mean, in game, we have some fantastic shot callers around the league. I mean, people like Sneaky obviously is the one I'm biased toward. He talks 24/7 in game in a good way. In community chat, I'm trying to think of who was super active. I was honestly not sure. I'm interested to see what this is. Let's
Well, the first one is Mr. Sneaky. So you
Okay.
got one of them correct.
Alright, I feel good that my only inkling is correct.
Mr. Sneaky does talk a lot in game, as you are well known. Obviously, everyone knows that. And then the other one is Griff. Two junglers, basically. Two people that probably just shout a lot and direct their team where to go. So,
Yeah, the two junglers I'm playing with right now, which is very fun. Getting to play with Griff over in AGL. So
there you go.
I guess I'm just gifted with good calm junglers.
You're gifted with the good junglers. That's all you need in life. As a mid lane, you just need a good jungler. Next award is the most unique god picks throughout the season. So this is the person who just likes to spice it up every now and then and just pick a few little weird picks. Any predictions for this one?
One has to be Pantler.
Okay.
Pantler, I know at one point was trying to play a different god every game of the season. I don't know if he finished with that intact, but I know that was a thing he was legitimately trying to do.
He's
at one
just trying
point
to
this
do
year.
the A to Z, but in league sets.
Pretty much. I like it to be. The other one's harder. Maybe somebody like Iba kind of comes to mind. Was playing some off meta stuff for a while. I think Eon was playing some off meta stuff for a while. The other one could really be a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There was a lot of people for this award. It was quite hotly contested. But the first one is Rizgod Richard in the support role.
I've gotten so used to his god pool that I think it's normal, and I remember that it's Sobek and Atlas, and nobody's playing those characters right now. But
Yeah, no one's playing that. And the other one is Zar from Ice Age.
yeah.
The
Definitely has the most unique mid god pool. I mean, Zar's been playing Poseidon this year when nobody's touched that god. Obviously, the Tiamat permaban versus
I was
Zar's.
literally about to say Tiamat is it's probably the only team that Tiamat just gets banned against because you just can't give Zar Tiamat.
Yeah, early in the season when it was meta, it was getting banned against everyone, and now it's just Zar.
Just Zar, only Zar. So let's go on to the next award, which is the most likely to have the most deaths in game in Arthur division.
That's in game. Probably Bloody Lifetime for one. I had some adventurous stat lines this season. Trying to think who else had some interesting stat lines. That was the one I remember off the. I'll put that one guess in, and we'll see if I at least get one here.
The first one is you.
It's me. The one set versus Zek versus Otters. I think I went like 10 and 14 or something.
Yeah,
nonsense.
I think obviously someone's seen that screenshot and gone, "Oh, that makes sense. He's died 14 times."
Yeah, that was a set.
And the last one, Understar.
Yeah, Understar makes sense. Yeah, the king of not taking farm. Is I feel like Understar is constantly level 8 when everyone else in the game's like level 12 plus.
He just loves to fight. He just loves to fight people all the time. So
He's very unselfish. Sometimes too much, but I mean, his team's done pretty well this year, so can't complain too much.
cannot complain at all. So next one is the most likely to run and hide under a tower of some sort.
See, this is just a perception vote. Who am I thinking the community thinks this is?
Yeah, that's the key. I think. Who do you think? Who do you think the community voted for? So, and
I feel like it has to be an ADC because I feel like that's the role that cares the most about their opponent hiding under tower. Oh, which one? Oh man,
I'll put you out of your misery. It's you.
it's me. Alright,
A community just likes to vote for
that's
you.
fair. It's not a secret that I'm not trying to fight a whole lot in mid. We're trying to farm and then do things late game. It's not too much of a secret.
Yeah, you're the most likely to die, but you're also the most likely to run and to hide under a tower. So
One bad game, man. There's not been a bad game. I believe that's the game I went blink first relic on Hebo and I got Thor ulted about
this
40
wasn't set
times
up
in
to
10
get
minutes.
Halanu to cast, by the way. Like, it wasn't set up just so we could roast Halanu all day. This isn't what this is for. So, just as a heads up. Next award is most likely to not respond to a DM.
Oh jeez.
I was not shocked when I saw this award, I'm not going to lie. With the
I assume it's got to be like one of the captains that was just very AFK this year, and then their whole team, or not AFK, but hard to respond to a DM, and then like their whole team just like voted for them. I'm honestly not super sure. I'm curious. All right, let's see who it is. I'm curious.
It's Crowned.
Oh yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Crowned is not known for the responses.
Yeah, Crowned is not known for his DM responses. I know Joe's going to love that in chat right now. So
Yep, Joe's having a great time in chat.
It's fantastic. Next award is going to be the most likely to chase a kill and die for it award. Now, again, predictions for this award. I know you've played with a lot of people. Is there anyone who will just continue to chase you, even if it's into a tier 2 tower or Phoenix, and they just won't give up? They'll just die for it.
I feel like Mini might have gotten voted for this. I feel like half of Mini's deaths this season were because he got bored and just decided to keep chasing. Mini comes to mind. I mean, we have It's Hunter in the league, so you can never not vote for It's Hunter in a category like this. Potentially like someone like Looney Tunes as well.
Okay.
I'll go with that general.
The first winner is going to be Mini. Good prediction.
Yeah, okay.
And the second award...
that checks out.
Yeah.
I swear half of his deaths this season have been because he gets impatient and just dives the tower and dies.
And then the second, Riku.
Yep, I feel like a similar diagnosis there. Just gets bored that the enemy laner won't fight them and just decides that they are going to fight one way or the other. They do usually get it, so...
Yeah, the mentality of, you don't want to come at your tower, I'll just come to you. I don't mind if I die for it.
No, actually, I don't care if I'm 6-0 of a bounty. You died.
It's all about that. It's all about that. Next one, most likely to be late to a game / scrim. Is there anyone that you've been sitting there while scrimming that you've just been waiting for, thinking, God, this guy's taking forever. Like, why are we waiting on this dude?
Arthur. Zarzith, maybe? I feel like
You're
Zarz.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. Glad that was checked out. I was like, this is also based on like which teams were scrimming the most this year, and I know Ice Age was actively scrimming for this whole season. Yeah, Zar with that PM sleep schedule, the night shift, often a little bit sleepy, a little bit late showing up.
Absolutely. And lastly, we have the fun awards. We have the most improved player this season. And Arthur, who do you think that's going to be?
Most improved. That's a hard one because I feel like a lot of the people that were doing well this year were people that we knew were going to do well.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody like Looney, perhaps. That's a hard one to vote for.
Yeah, this is a hard one. This one was very contested as well, but the winner for this is going to be Tatry.
Tatry. Tatry's name slipped my mind. Yeah, Tatry was not somebody I at least knew prior to the season and has played very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, Tatry was good. Obviously, had that whole implosion with the Ice Age Arthur team as well, and managed to turn the season around. So kudos to him, and obviously improved his gameplay in the process. So we're now going to go, I believe, onto the awards now. I don't think there's any more slides, if I remember correctly. We're now going to go onto the best subs. Sorry, we got best subs.
Best who are the main subs this year? Think about this. Probably Cyber, maybe Kolobsky, maybe Tort, maybe Jerbear. I'll go alright, we're gonna throw this out there. We'll see if I got one.
One of them is Tort.
Alright.
You've been pretty spot on with the awards tonight. You know your stuff. So, and the last one is Cyber.
Hey, we'll take that. 2 for 4, I guess. I threw 4 out there. Yeah, I think some of the only subs that have played a whole lot, but have played very well when they've gotten the chances. So
yeah, fantastic.
It's always nice to know you have a good sub player coming in when you're, scheduling or whatever comes up.
Exactly, there to rely on when they need it. So, and friendliest team award in Arthur.
The friendliest team. All right, who has the least amount of people that talk shit?
That's basically what it comes down to.
Oh man. Maybe Ice Age?
You, Jesters.
I'm surprised. Mini's been pretty tame this year.
Yeah, Mini's been pretty quiet in community chats, to be fair. So not been talking shit. So it's been all right.
I've enjoyed our team. I think we're very friendly, but I know some things get heated in the community chats sometimes.
Well, the Arthur division have voted the friendliest team, so they must think the same as well. So. Next one, most underrated team.
Most underrated. I feel like this has to be Vibe Tribe or Ice Age. Probably Vibe Tribe, just based on end of season kind of turnarounds.
It is Ice Age.
Yeah, Ice Age.
Yeah, I think both of those teams could have won that award. The implosion they had at the start of the season, the way they've turned it around, they were both very underrated, and they've both kind of brought their teams back to life with a couple of trades and pickups. So.
Absolutely, yeah. The had to be one of those two teams. Ice Age definitely well deserved.
Yeah, 100% there. Next award is going to be the best team turnaround. Now, this one obviously we've just briefly spoke about there, but
I'm going with Ice Age and Vibe Tribe again.
Yeah, I think it's I actually can't remember the vote for this one, but it is Ice Age. Ice Age with the best team turnarounds. Again, that award goes to them. I think there's no surprise there. I think it could have gone to either them or Vibe Tribe. I think the vote was close off the top of my head, but Ice Age just pipped it. So
makes sense to me.
It does indeed. The next one we have is the best draft, the best initial draft of the season.
I think this has to be Jesters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jesters. Yeah, I think you guys kind of had a really good draft.
Thank you all for letting me end of second round mini. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, I think you had Snowy obviously who ended up getting banned.
I did have Snowy, which, yeah.
But yeah.
It's what it is.
It's what it is, but it was a really good draft. I think you knocked it out of the park across the board. Even your subs were good pickups. And now we move on to the third, second, and first place roles. So we're going to go through from third place first, go through from solo, jungle, mid, support, and ADC, and then do the same for second and first place, and then it will be the MVP. So we'll take a little bit of time to talk about each player while we go through. But the third place Legend of Camelot is going to be Poseidon for the Flaming Tanukis.
Makes a lot of sense to me. I think somebody that had a lot to prove coming into the season has played really, really quite well. I mean, I know I got the chance to cast their semi-final game, and they were just absolutely going bananas over in the solo lane. So, not surprised at all to see them on this list.
No, yeah, I think there's going to be a few players from a couple of teams on this. If I remember rightly, there's a couple of really good players, and Poseidon has been really good in solo this season, so no surprise to see him up there on the board. Moving on to jungle, the third place jungle is going to be Pantler. I think Pant has had a fantastic season on that Hive team. I think he's been one of the standout stars on that team, and yeah, he's been definitely one of the top junglers this season for sure.
Yeah, Bantler had a fantastic season. Obviously, that early run in the season where Bodega was just 4-0, and it felt like Pantler was just steamrolling everybody. Obviously, not entirely by himself, but it almost felt like it. And then even throughout the later season, when they had some of those roster struggles, Pantler was one of the only people consistently there every set and putting up good numbers every set.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Kudos to Pantler for getting the Hive on the board. And the mid laner, third place is going to go to Reiku, another Flaming Tanukis. And I don't think it's any surprise. I think he's had a fantastic season also this season.
No, don't think there's any surprise at all. Sneaky squad obviously made it the finals, 7-1. Really had a great season, captain. Reiku's played great this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this set of the weekend between you guys and Tanukis. It should be a fantastic set.
Oh, me too. It's gonna be such a good set. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really good to watch. So I think moving on to the third place support, it is going to be Understar for Going Ghost. I know we commented on Understar earlier on, but yeah, he's also had a fantastic sort of season on Ghost. So no surprise to see him on the board.
Yeah, as the Understar, the ultimate unselfish support, but his comms have always been good. He's willing to sacrifice that farm to get his carries ahead. And does everything you'd want your support to do.
Exactly that. And lastly, we have the third place ADC, which is going to be the Crown Hound for Ice Age. I think he's been pretty consistent throughout the season. For that Ice Age team on their sort of rebuild through. I know he's been there pretty much every single week playing, just doing his job, slowly ticking away.
Yeah, one of the only consistent members of that roster, just because of some changes, drops, all that fun stuff, but it's been consistently played well this whole season. Another player that I felt potentially was had something to prove coming into Arthur, and has really played pretty well this year.
Yeah, 100%. Kudos to all these for the third place awards here. You will get a little tag, I believe, in the Discord that we're going to make. So just to let people know that you were part of the Season 1 Legends of Camelot lineup. So here we go into the second place. And these will be posted, I believe, in the Discord somewhere. We're going to have a little tab for them, so you'll be able to see them afterwards as well. So moving on to the second place now. The second place solo is going to be Zombie Billy Mays for Ice Age. I think picking him up was a really good pickup for them, and no surprise to see him up here. I think he's really helped that Ice Age team turn their season around.
Yeah, 100% agree with everything you just said there. I think a really good late season addition helped that Ice Age team get back on track. Is always, playing a lot of those aggressive warriors in lane and making it look good. So.
Absolutely. So yeah, kudos to him for helping the Ice Age team rebuild and come back.
That man on Odin. Nightmares.
Yeah, I think it's the only time I've ever seen teams just consistently ban an Odin. Like no one's banning Odin.
Nothing to do with it.
Moving on to jungle, we have another Ice Age member. We have Mr. Griff, another pickup for them throughout the season, but has also been incredible for them this season. And a jungle that's been around the block for a while. I know Nias was very sad to see him go on to not something that wasn't Ghost. But yeah, he's been fantastic this season.
Yeah, glad Griff was able to join us kind of at the end of the season here. Obviously, Griff knows I love him. I have nothing but good things to say about Griff. The comms are good. The engage is good. I know he feels like this isn't his meta right now, but Griff, you've been fantastic all year. You always will be. You got this.
Kind words, little pep talk there. Yeah, kudos to Griff again, part of that Ice Age rebuild.
On me before AGL rallies, okay?
Gotta pep him up. The second mid laner in the Arthur division is going to be Zarzith, another Ice Age member. Ice Age coming across the board here. Tsar, obviously, that feared Tiamat that just gets banned every single game, and the weird God Pool that Tsar plays kind of makes it tricky to play, because a lot of people don't play against them gods, and Tsar has been, again, very consistent and one of the better mid lanes this season.
Yeah, it's tricky to play against, and also just, I mean, Zara herself will tell you, she's a dual main. You just always have to be on your toes laning against Zara, that she doesn't just randomly solo you out of nowhere, and you just sit there hitting T again, like, it did that much damage? And, Zara's always a pleasure to play against.
Yeah, absolutely. Following the trend here, the support for second place is also from Ice Age, and it is Tatri, who I spoke a little bit about earlier on. But yeah, Tatri's had a great season.
Yeah, Tatri, as I said, someone I didn't know coming into the season, but has played absolutely fantastic this year. So glad to see the community recognition as well. Someone I don't think a whole lot of us knew coming into the season.
Yeah, no, he was definitely one of the newer names to the league, so it's good to see the newer names mixing it in with some of the old bunch here and getting their names on the board and having a good first season with us, and hopefully they'll be back to play next season. So moving on to the second place ADC. Now, this can't be a full sweep for Ice Age because we've already had Crown Hound on the board previously, but it is going to be Pandas in the Rain for the Tanukis.
Yeah, Pandas. Yeah, obviously had the scheduling issues this year, but when Pandas was there, you knew Pandas was there. Obviously, just a beast ADC, and nobody's surprised to see Pandas up here.
No, absolutely. But potentially could have maybe gone for the number one spot if the scheduling issue wasn't quite, but just falls into number two. Yeah. Can we swap Crowned and Pandas? Unfortunately not. The community voted.
I know, it'd be such a nice screenshot.
It'd be such a pretty board to see just complete Ice Age up there for Mammoth anyway. So, but yeah, kudos to everyone here for this. Obviously, as you can tell, Ice Age have dominated this second place board, and kudos to them. But well done to everyone on this board as we now move on to the first place for Arthur. This is for all the marbles. Do you have any predictions here?
Well, I'm hoping we see a lot of jesters up here, because we haven't seen any jesters yet. So
no jesters yet, yeah, which is no surprise. So the first place solo, the Legend of Camelot, is going to be Ian Eyes for Going Ghost. I don't think there's anyone that can debate this. I think Ian Eyes has been fantastic.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, Ian's the GOAT. He's played so well this season, whether it's been in solo, whether it's been in jungle. I know they've Going Ghost boys have had some roster swaps and whatnot the last couple of weeks, but Ian, I think he can make an argument. He's been potentially been the MVP of the league this season. He's played fantastically.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We will get onto the MVP after this, and we'll see if any of these are the winners of that. The jungle for the Legend of Camelot first place is going to be Mr. Sneaky 4. Again, I don't think there's any doubt in this. I think Sneaky has been by far the best jungler in Arthur this season. Just doing sneaky things, basically. What he does best.
Sneaky's goated. Tom's are goated. The plays are goated. The mechanics are goated. I mean, it's Sneaky. We all love him. I mean, yeah, there's no question in my mind, or I don't think anybody's mind.
Yeah, absolutely not. Well done to Mr. Sneaky. Mid lane, first place Legend of Camelot is going to go to yourself, Halanu. You have been voted.
Hey, I appreciate getting voted. It's nice. Felt like we had a good season. Nice to see it. Other people felt the same. So yeah, thank you everyone.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the jesters with the names up here. Just obviously the season you've had. I know you and Tanukis have both been up there this season. I think you're both on the same, aren't you? You're both 7-1, if I remember rightly. Going into, I think you are potentially.
Yeah, we were both 7-1.
Yeah, I thought so. Yes. So no surprise to see you guys up here. And it's just kudos to the team that you drafted at the start of the season, really. Next up, we have Riz God Richard for the support role. Again, another Jesters player. No surprise to see Riz God Richard up here. Has also had a fantastic season.
Yeah, made the Horus and the Horus, the Sobek, the Atlas look good. Very unique God pool, plays them so well. Unfortunately, I haven't had Richard around for playoffs as his real life schedule has just gotten absolutely massacred by his job. But was was a lot of fun getting to play with Richard this year. Ton of fun as a human and just a good support too.
Yeah, there's not many people that can make Atlas and Sobek look good in support at the minute, so kudos to him for doing that job. There we go. Let's have a look here at the first place ADC for Arthur Division, and it is going to be none other than Mini. I don't think there's any debate on this. I think Mini has had a fantastic season this season. As we alluded to earlier on, has just been dominating most ADCs in lane.
Yeah, Mini, I mean, we have already talked about him a little bit on this. Mini has played fantastic this year. I swear he would die maybe once a game if he didn't get bored and just dash into 5 people or a tower. But even with that, putting up the numbers all year, Mini's played fantastic.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you to everyone on this board. Again, you get a little tag in the Discord, which will just say that you've been part of the season 1 and that you are a Legend of Camelot for the first season. So, and again, these will be posted in. We move on to the final award for Arthur. That was voted by Arthur Division, and this is the overall MVP for the season. So we do have 2 for this award. So it was a tie. So we have 2 Arthur MVPs as voted by the Arthur Division. Do you have any idea on this who this might be? Any suggestions? Do you think?
I would guess Sneaky and Eon.
Okay, Sneaky and Eon going through. The first one is going to be Tatri for Ice Age.
Tatri.
Which
honestly makes a lot of sense, if nothing else, for picking up that captainship of that Ice Age team, as well as turning around, played very well as a player as well, but also just when you have your 2 best players leave and you turn around into a very good team by the end of the season, well deserved MVP.
Yeah, I think that obviously goes towards it a lot. Not only have they been fantastic in player wise, in the actual skill level in the league, they've also just been able to turn a complete and utter team around with captaincy. So I think anyone that can do both of those things and bring their team through the playoffs after the nightmare of a season they had, where they had like 3 players I think drop and they were literally just struggling, is incredible. So and the last Arthur MVP is going to be Risgod Richard for the Royal Jesters.
Richard, yeah, we'd love to see some support love on the Arthur MVPs.
We do.
Yeah, I think Thatcher and Richard played really, really well this year. I just talked about Richard. We don't need to talk about this again. But great dude, great teammate. Love to see that he got some awards here tonight.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see these two. These two will get obviously a tag inside of the Discord, which will obviously let them know that they were the MVP for this season. So well done to both Hatchery and Risgod Richards for the fantastic seasons they've had. And we are done with the Arthur Awards, so we're moving on to Merlin very shortly. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Halanu.
No problem. Thanks for having me, and congrats to all the winners.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll be moving on very shortly to the Merlin division. We'll just take a very quick break for 2 seconds, just while I make sure the guys are ready to come in. So she'll be back in 2 seconds.
up, don't you know? Bump it up, you've got to bump it up, don't you know? Bump it up, you've got to bump it up, don't you know? Bump it up, you've got to bump it up, don't you know? Bump it up.
Good evening again, everybody. We are back with the Merlin Award show. It's your boy Cheetah. Turn on your subtitles because you probably won't be able to understand me. On the other note, I'm joined by Merlin finalist himself, Mr. Fingers Go Boom.
Hello. Don't worry, you're not as bad as Cat, by the way. I can at least somewhat understand each other word. If Cat talks, dude, I just smile and nod my head, even though he can't.
Cat's Belgian. He's not English.
Listen. No, that's true. I was gonna say something.
I think he's Belgian or he's from like Amsterdam. I'm pretty sure something like that.
Yeah, I think he's
Netherlands.
I
That's the
so.
one. Netherlands.
Mhm. Yeah, he's great though. I love him.
He is a really nice guy. But on the other hand, let's get this going with and get some awards going. And we're going to start off with most likely to DC. We're going to start the same as we did the last one. A couple of fun things, and then we'll get onto the serious stuff.
Yeah. I knew it. I knew it would be canon without even seeing it. Every match we have to pause because it's just like my internet's down or something's happening with him where he has to leave and restart.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had like 6 pauses in our set last week.
It was terrible.
It was fantastic. And the other man is going to be Pokemon AI.
That's right. I think I know he did. We all played him like the very first week, so I didn't get to see like. I know he had problems throughout the entire year though with his internet. Listen, man. Internets. Get fiber. It's just that simple.
Yeah, internet diff. That's what we call it. We're going to go on to the Chatterbox Award now.
This has got to be.
Who do you think this is going to be, Boom? Because I don't know.
Buffs was spat in a lot, so like that's just in my forefront. But Expert's always talking.
I have got that. I'm going with my prediction of Kuzumbo.
Kuzumbo's a great one. Yeah, yeah.
Yes! This guy does not stop talking. We all love Kuzumbozo. I like how you put the bozo on the end there as well.
Listen, man. Anytime you pick a Freakouts team coming out of Gauntlet, that's a dangerous thing.
It is a dangerous thing. A very dangerous thing. Freakouts to goat, bro.
Most unique picks. This is probably going to go to a support, but I think it's got to
even
be
or a solo laner. Like
Yeah.
Expert's played some dodgy shit, hasn't he?
I don't know, but I got yelled at for 3 months for my team to not play Baron Jungle, so I just wanted to be known that if I played Baron Jungle, this should have been me.
Absolutely. Let's see who it's going to be. It's going to be Itchy
Yeah,
Eggplant.
absolutely. He was playing. I mean, you got the Chang'e towards the end of the year. He was playing. I think he played. Did he go into mid in this league, or was it another league I'm thinking about? Where he was rotating throughout roles as well.
I think that was in a different league, mate. I've
A
not seen
different
him.
league? Dude,
Yeah.
he plays everything though. Anything that works.
I mean, guy's really good.
Oh, absolutely. His mechanics are insane.
Yeah, I did say solo laner though, so we're about there.
True.
Most likely to have the most deaths. It's got to be Wisp, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's got to be Bro.
I was
surely.
gonna say him or Noxus, because Noxus needs to get in there too.
Yeah, Noxus does int a little bit.
Buffs?
It's
Okay.
buffs. Okay.
Was he the only one with triple-digit deaths? I think Buffs almost hit triple-digit deaths on the season, actually, so that makes sense.
He likes to get active, bro. What can you say? Has to be crisp.
Buffs was one death off of triple digits, so worked hard for it.
Yeah, Sleepy said it best. He worked hard for that.
Oh, this is Buffs or me.
This has got to be buffs again. It's got to be, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Got to be, bro.
Easy. That was a clean sweep right there.
On G. That was an easy one. God.
Absolutely. If Buffs isn't in the back line attempting to get 3 kills at once, he's not doing his job right. That's not how Buffs plays the game.
No, man would be in Phoenix when the tier 1 tower is up. Most likely to run and hide under a tower. This has got to be a mid laner, right?
I was gonna say light actually.
You
My
think?
ADC. I think mid laner or light. I'm gonna light's the ADC option for this.
I'm gonna say mid laner, surely. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say freak out. I've played
Yeah.
against that guy.
Jaxi? Okay.
Look, he's a mid laner. Jaxi.
Okay.
That guy stinks.
And then put 2 mid laners. All right.
2 mid laners. Low, it's the role, bro. Mid laners are
Dude,
known for.
Just staying under tower. I know. Trust
Yeah.
me, as a jungle, you can't gank the lane because they're always under tower. It's so annoying.
It's fantastic. Most likely not to respond to a DM. It's
Okay.
got to be Q's code, bro.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think who's gonna, or it's a captain, because like you're the captain, right? So who's not responding to DMs when you try and DM them?
It's Wisp.
Okay.
It's Wisp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Just yeah, it is the only thing to say. Just kind of, How many
Wisp.
games did they actually play this season?
I think they forfeited like 6 games. Okay, we got informed that they forfeited the last 5 games. That is wonderful. Most generous team is what I'd like to call them.
I think I actually had to play them.
Most likely to be late to a scrim/game. We're gonna have to go with the Jesters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
It's a player, not a team. Well, we'll go with
We
Wisp.
go with
then.
Wisps again. Yeah.
We'll just go with it. Simon
Simon?
says Smite.
All right.
Insider info is coming through. Guy fell asleep and didn't turn up to a game. Poor
Dude,
guy.
I wish I could do that. I get too stressed
Bro,
out.
honestly.
I wake up at 9 a.m. and I just stress the entire day if I have a set.
I wish I had time to stress for the entire day before a set. Instead of playing at midnight, I want to cry.
Again, that's just. I think you just move. Like, just move countries.
Called a time zone diff, mate.
Yeah, well. Let's just move closer. Go into the middle of the Atlantic.
Most
Most
improved. This is it's actually a tough one, I'd say.
There are a lot of
Because-
people who have surprised me a lot this season. Coming again, I this is my second season, so I don't know most of these people. But I think Rosa's one of the Rosa's one of the ones that comes to mind for me.
Yeah. I like to see, like, I think this award goes into a different category for me, because I think subs should be utilised a little bit more in this voting. Especially for people who are just coming in and filling when they're needed. So let's see what it's going to be. Let's have a look. King Balrus. There we go. That's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
This guy was on my team. I think he was there when it needed
he
to
did
be.
really well. Yeah, absolutely. He did
He's
really
been
well with
really good. Yeah.
I mean, just constantly being available is like one of the biggest things that I think for him to
Yeah,
do.
100%. I mean, I voted for Balrus on this, so.
I can't remember who I did, so I might have skipped this one.
Best
listen,
sub.
all I'm saying, right, is I know who this should go to because there's only one undefeated sub, I think.
Go
in,
for
like,
it.
the entire- It's Cat. Cat's undefeated. He's played 6 games. He's undefeated. We've 2-0'd each time he's in. I think it's just Cat.
To go. We'll go with
He's
it.
played 10 games. My bad. 10, and he's undefeated. Sick dog.
Big dog. I didn't even
Jester.
know he subbed. Jester's played a game.
Jester played again. Did they have enough to have a starting roster?
No, that's why the sub was there, mate.
Oh, I 100% agree with the hidden person here, with Timbo being the one if he was able to be voted for. Timbo absolutely went insane for Vibe Tribe, a big part of their success and why they went 8-1 this season. Just willing to play up and actually just kind of made other mid laners look silly the entire time he did that.
Friendliest team. I can tell you right now, I
Not
voted
yours.
Jesters on this purely because they give that many free wins out to teams that I thought they was just the friendliest.
You're putting me in a hard argument because I can't argue that, right? Giving someone a free win is the friendliest thing you could do. So I think you've convinced me they're the friendliest.
It's got to be, bro. Surely. Wait, us. It's us. Yeah, I'm a nice guy. Just deal with it.
Yeah, you're amazing. You're awesome. I think Jaxie's one of the nicest people I've ever talked to as well. Same with Pushka.
Pushka's a really nice guy. Jaxie, that guy stinks.
Oh wow, that's so rude. Take it away from them. They don't get it anymore.
The most underrated team. Now, this is a difficult one because
Like, I think you got to go Bodega, but at the same time, I think everybody.
I don't think that
how
team was
good
ever underrated.
Bodega- Yeah, exactly. I think everybody realized how good Bodega was. They just had to forfeit because of schedule diff. So I would probably go Ice Age.
See, I can remember who I voted on this one. I was gonna go with Hairnets, but then their best player left.
Yeah, that's
So-
pretty difficult when you're captain. Just to
Yeah. It's us.
That's fair.
Again.
Absolutely, you
Okay.
guys surprised me a lot coming out. I knew you guys would win against Hairnets just because everything that happened with them towards the end of the season. But you guys did surprise me a lot. You have solid players in each one.
It was a very good set between us two, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's going to be a banger of a final.
I'm hoping it is. I don't want it to be a fast one. Best team turnarounds. Like Bodega's cheating, right?
I mean, it's got to be cheating, surely.
Yeah.
We're going to have
Ice
to
Age-
go with
Ice Age-
Bodega. I say.
Yeah, Ice Age is a different one. I think this
Yeah.
was made. A lot of this voting happened before playoffs, and I think Ice Age was the right response then. It's just like after now, it's Bodega. But
Yeah,
no,
they're
Ice Age is
still a good team, though, at that as well.
best draft.
I mean, I'm going to go with Vibe Tribe, honestly.
I think Vibe Tribe or us, the Tanuki.
It's going to be you or Vibe Tribe either way. It's you guys. I think you two are the only team that haven't made a trade all season, right?
No, we've made a lot of trades because we had Kuz Code at the beginning.
You did. You did.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to argue when you have like Kuz Code and then you trade him for Buffs. Buffs got traded for, I forget. But then
There we
I
go.
mean, I think it's just a really nice draft. Having a sub that can come in and win 10 games straight and not drop a single game is pretty good as well. I think anytime you have that, you have a solid draft.
We're going to move on to the actual rankings now, with the looks of things, starting with the third place team for the Legends of Camelot. Obviously going from solo and working along the line.
Scalping in solo is that's no brainer. Honestly, he's been phenomenal each season. Rarely loses lane. I don't think he might not win it, but he rarely loses it super hard and just able to make such an impact in team fights.
Yeah. Also a really nice guy on top of that as well. Like, you would not hate to be on a team with this guy, even though he's from Manchester, which sucks. The guy's
Now,
just
hold on, really good. I think we take it away from him because he's from Manchester, right? Like he has enough. Denmark's like the happiest country. He doesn't need it.
We're going to move on to Jungle, I'm pretty sure, next. It's going to be Underclass Hero.
Really good jungle. I don't have an idea in my mind, at least, of jungles I don't want to face, and Underclass is definitely one of them. He's in that list of just being able to do so much for his team. His comms are amazing as well, from what I've heard from comms.
I mean, when he's not costing his team, this guy is really good. The guy on the cameras can vouch for me on this one, but we're just gonna move on from that and go to mid before I say too much. Is in the chat going crazy?
Yeah, Underclass is not happy with that. Jaxie being third, I mean, from what I've seen, always is like a really solid player. Has a really nice god pool. I know
It does
Jaxie
have a very
has
nice god pool. It does have a very
beautiful
nice
god
god pool. Never struggled to play a god. If he needed to play it, he'd play it. His comms are really good in game as well at that.
Yeah.
Support, the best role.
Well, no, I'll give it to you. Go ahead. Yeah, you guys get enough. You guys get enough. Matt Duck, For going Ghost, I honestly going Ghost as weird as it is. I thought it was one of the more underrated teams. I never heard anybody actually talk about them like being good, but this team
Yeah.
was just solid all the way around, and I think
Going
that
Ghost was the team that I voted for as the most underrated team.
yeah, like they were like third
Yeah.
place. And, like I never heard anybody talk good of them. But Magic was a
Absolutely
really
solid,
big problem
bro.
with that. Yeah.
Solid. And this guy was solid for that team as well. A real anchor for them.
Mhm.
This is a guy I'm surprised to see actually so low. I mean, I'm going to kind of guess who the other two are, but Alfred Doherty is really underrated on this list. Phenomenal. Probably a something that actually pulled off this ICH team to being so good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you can have a safe ADC, it makes everybody's job so much easier.
We're going to move on to second place now. And we're going to go straight in with the solo laner. It's going to be the Stinker. 1-3-3.
Dude, this guy can put like the game on his back sometimes. There have been games where he absolutely carries. His comms are awesome.
They did absolute bits in that semi-finals versus us.
Oh yeah, like the only thing you can't play is the Hades apparently, which I guess he just likes to get in the face and like he just does a great job doing it.
Ban tier.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Jungle's going to be Rexzerker. And I really
Yeah.
like this guy.
Oh yeah, he was. Dude, I actually it's so difficult for me to talk about because I think we literally played them week 1. Let me check. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I'm
did.
pretty
We played them
sure-
week 1. So
Pretty sure we played him early on as well, mate, to be honest.
yeah, so it's a very difficult team. But I remember, I mean, they were one of the tougher matchups, especially I think Worley played jungle when we were with them. So he was the solo, but he was still great solo. And yeah, and anytime you take a team back from the brink, you're gonna have good players at the forefront of that.
Absolutely. This is the
that's not-
guy who I thought would be number 1. I'm not going to lie to you. It's
I
going to
think-
be Rich.
Rich and Freak Out are like just they're always at the top there.
100%.
Rich is insane.
I think he's done so much for this team.
Yeah, the reason they got so far, and frankly, some of the reasons why they got some of those wins.
Yeah.
Just single-handedly off of his back.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Boom. Honestly, really couldn't.
Poke, I don't know if you're first, if Rich is second.
And support is going to be Hunter.
Another Ice Age person again. Not really surprised to see them here. Huge turnarounds. Absolutely. I mean, I know he's been saying great God pool, and I'm sure are amazing. Anytime you get anytime a support is like is the reason that a team is doing well, you know they have fantastic comms.
Yeah, 100%. Are you ready for my prediction on this one? Pushka.
Pushka, I wouldn't be surprised. It might be Light. Ooh, my boy.
Oh, okay.
I
Fragger.
yeah, absolutely. Fragger does not die in lane. If he does, he forces so much resources that the rest of our team can just follow up through it.
Yeah,
So
100%.
Just an absolute king.
This guy
He's mine.
likes to frontline in ADC as well.
It's so hard to get Cannon in there sometimes. I don't blame him.
And we're going to move on to first place now. The real people of the moment. So we're going to give predictions as we go on. Solo, since
Okay.
experts already come out,
It's got to be Kyle, right?
it's got to be Kyle.
Or Itchy. It could be Itchy.
Oh, it could be Itchy.
I forgot
Eggplant.
Itchy's.
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those two.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go with Itchy. Yeah.
Oh wow, you just did the prices right, me. That's just messed up.
Price is
You,
right.
you did $1 above what I did. I named 2. You named 1, and you got the wow. No,
I
Itchy was.
think this guy for Vibe Tribe was just phenomenal. Let's be real.
I mean, anytime you can just not care about a lane and just be like, yeah, he's won it. We're good. You can focus on something else. It's one of the reasons why Zuzu could get the support he got throughout the entirety of the season was because Itchy was on the other side of the map, just not losing.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go on to Jungle. And I wonder who my prediction for this is going to be.
Oh my god! What? No.
Yeah, it's you. Hello.
Hello. Oh my god, it's me, guys.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. I really do appreciate this. I mean, again, I came back into jungle after being mid for last like 5 weeks of Valhalla last season. Not really sure if I even wanted to go back to it, and I really do appreciate. This is awesome.
You've done a phenomenal job, mate. You've done a phenomenal job. And I'm going to take a guess at the person who won the best name in the league award is going to win first place mid for Berlin.
Going really?
I thought for sale, surely.
Okay, that is.
Oh wait,
senior.
it was further down. That's my bad. I'm dumb. It's freak out. It's freak out. I said that.
No, freak out's not a surprise. Absolutely. Oh, dude is in the enemy team, acts more like a solo laner half the time with his positioning, but it makes it work. Absolutely insane. Him and Underclass, two of the big reasons why Bodega has gotten this far, and just I'm going to hate versing him tomorrow. I'm gonna hate
the guy's really good. And it makes it even better the fact that, he moved from Germany over to the States, started playing over on US ping again, and it's just made him look phenomenal, honestly.
Oh my god. That makes him even better. He chose the right country as well. That's awesome.
Yeah. Boom. Can you give your prediction for support?
It's you. Easy. It's easy. I
You
voted for
think?
you. You have been amazing this entire season. Like, it's so hard to argue. It would be harder to argue against you than to argue for you, frankly.
We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Yo, who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy? He
Yeah,
does in fact stink.
This has been you were just amazing that the entire season. One of the reasons why, again, you're just terrifying, frankly. I hate having to worry about a support.
Yeah, I had to move around a little bit between mid, support. I'm pretty sure I played a set as ADC as well. I can't even. In fact, I think it was actually the set against Vibe Tribe, and I made Zuzu regret his decisions.
You and I both played ADC against Vibe Tribe. That's so awesome. We have that bond now.
Exactly, bro. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. ADC.
And speaking of ADCs, number one ADC.
Crisp.
Crisp. He said crisp. He said crisp. Oh, I am dead. It's Zuzu.
I mean, listen, I was like half right technically. Like they clearly share bonds. Because I believe he made Chris quit the league. So. No, Zuzu's great the entire season. I think it's one of the he does well. His team plays off him insanely well. Pushka is.
It's criminal that he's not in the top three.
Pushka
Criminal.
it is criminal. But
Guy's been a massive part of our team this season. It is very criminal, but that is how the community voting goes, unfortunately.
And
last up, MVP. Now, I'm going to tell you that I voted for you.
Oh my god, that's such a mistake.
You are very welcome, my friend.
I don't think I should deserve this, but if it is.
Who do you think it'd be?
Oh, I voted for Light, but I also know what he does behind the scenes for my team, so I think that's a big reason why I did vote for him. I know from an outsider's perspective, it doesn't seem like he does so much, but a big part of my playstyle is through Light of not having to worry about a lane.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Kuzenbo says Itchy. So, I mean, another very valid one. Who said how good he is just when we was looking at the awards back then, and again, another phenomenal player. Let's get it over and done with, Mr. Jordan. Let's see who it is. It is Itchy.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Itchy Eggplant. You've been phenomenal this season for your team.
Absolutely, just insane. I mean, it's so hard to talk about someone that we just talked about, but even if we did, just doesn't die in lane, never doesn't lose lane. He's like scout, just exactly like scalping, except I think he has maybe a bit of a wider god pool with the Chang'e.
Ping diff, mate.
Yep, honestly, we'll call it that. It's ping diff. Easy.
It's basic. Itchy Eggplant is scalping Snake without ping.
True.
So just a reminder to you all, these will be all posted in the Discord for your reference. You can go and check those out, put on some funny reacts probably. And other than that, we're going to go to a quick break again before we go on to the Lancelot Awards.
Bye, guys. Waving
It's-
by.
Been a pleasure to be here with you.
Absolutely. It's nice to actually talk to you, like, ever.
Look, I'm surprised people can understand me. But yeah, we'll
get
catch
practice
you
with Cat.
soon after a quick break.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search, but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for stars. I wonder where you are. Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Camelot Smite League Awards. Now going to the Lancelot Division, Mechanus Caduceus here with Kanade, and honestly, I think it's just a good time to get right on into it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on for Lancelot. I think these are like the most, this is probably like the most competitive, division when it comes to these type of awards. So I mean,
Unlike people in Merlin and Arthur, we actually played our games.
exactly.
Speaking of which, the most likely to DC
The most likely to not play the game.
immediately there.
I got
So-
one right. The first one immediately is Obama. That dude could not get through a game. I don't think he got through a single game without DCing all season.
I think we did have to actually pause for Obama in one of our sets. So that
Yeah.
definitely makes sense. But I can't, like, no one else really comes to mind for me. Like, you took the easy one, and now I have nothing.
I can't really think of anybody else either. Who else was like problematic? I think maybe somebody from Ice Age, actually, because I think there was like some problems on their end throughout the season. I don't remember honestly. Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf.
Did Lone Wolf DC
Okay.
that much?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
So production is pointing out that apparently Lone Wolf might have a reputation for this. I don't remember there being any problems with him DCing throughout the season and stuff like that. But if he's got a reputation for it, then I guess it makes sense.
You gotta keep it going. No Leon, what? There's no way. There's no way Obama is not up here. There's no way Obama is not up here, dog.
What?
This man got costed a bad award. That's crazy.
Wow. No Leon just getting flamed by voting by way of polls.
Honestly.
Ping diff.
Yeah.
Chat saying ping diff.
That's wild.
Chatterbox Award. Something that if you met me, something if you met me in real life, you could probably give me, but I don't talk in the server, so it's definitely not me.
It's not me either. The only thing I'd probably be eligible for is like a red card award or something.
Red card award. I wonder why you've got the red card tag.
I wonder why, right? I think Juan. Juan might be a decent one.
I can see one Tiflis. I know that I voted my captain scary, but
Tyrant is
well?
dude. Tyrant lives in that chat. Actually, yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's valid. Good, good job, guys. You guys actually got one right.
That is. Oh yeah, I was talking with him in the watch party. For those of y'all who are watching but not a part of the watch party in the server, y'all should go join that. But I was talking with him in the watch party, and he was like, "Yeah, no, that's me." I don't know why I didn't actually keep that through into here, but yet he even said it was him. Most unique pick, something that I'm going to get denied because I wasn't allowed to play like 3/4 of my god pool.
All right. I think for this one, I want to say Timbo just because I think he's the only one that pulled out Pwash. He's the only one that pulled out Ra. Just like these gods that weren't being played. Yeah, I mean,
also. Go ahead. My bad.
Oh yeah. I was just saying, yeah. I'm gonna put my vote in for Timbo or what's his name? Ice Age Silver Lane or Jaeger.
I do have to actually counterpoint you, and Poseidon did pick Puck a few times.
Yeah, but like it didn't look great, right?
One time it didn't look that great. Another time it actually looked pretty good.
Okay, fair enough.
But
Zelda.
It's gonna be Zelda.
Brother,
of
what
course,
was
it ends
Zelda?
up being a mid laner.
What
Why
did Zelda
would
play?
you give it? I don't know, but why would you give any looks to the support or solo players, huh? Right?
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about them, right?
We're just tanks. We're only here to absorb damage for you. Got it.
Zelda got most unique though. I mean, shows has a decently
No.
wide god pool and like their second
Oh.
second seed. So
Absolutely. Zelda's God Pool has been phenomenal all season. And I have had the opportunity to play with him, and just he ends up playing something different every game. And it always looks good. Most likely to have the most deaths.
man,
Survey says Obluo.
that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I have to throw my teammate under the bus. Like he he died a lot, but so many games where like his deaths would set up fights for us, and so yeah, he was most likely to have the most deaths because he was most likely to get us the most fights that are winning by dying. It was really weird.
I can't really think of anybody. Did Frank die that much this season? I know he has a history of being like farmed. Poor guy, you know, he's just an old guy trying to play the game. But you know, like that's funny. I guess it's accurate though. I did farm him last time when we played. Poor guy. He is about 64, 65, so that makes sense.
Yeah, when I ended up playing him week 1, me and my ADC at the time kind of farmed him too.
That's what we
I didn't think about week 1 though. Like that didn't come to mind.
We just sat on him under tower and Tyran. I ain't gonna cap. I don't know much about Underworld.
Yeah.
Apparently Tyran just instant dies. Good job, man.
For the record, that did come from production.
that was Jordan, all right. That wasn't me. No. You get your name called out.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
I'm not the one that called you out. So most likely to run and hunt. No, that's Poseidon.
No. It's Frank, dog.
That is Poseidon.
Frank has gotten this award every time. Even back in Valhalla, he had this. This was his award.
Okay, well, I mean, if he's got the route,
he has a rep for it.
You're welcome, Poseidon.
If it's broken, it's not. It's not. Oh, it is Frank. Let's go. All right. I was about to lose my mind, dog. That's Frank. Yeah, that's just Frank all the way. You know, teleport strat ain't working. You just gotta sit in the tower and hope you don't get tower dove.
Yeah, that kind of did happen. So that kind of did happen in that first week as well. Most likely to not respond to a DM. Am I allowed to throw my captain under the bus here?
I forget. Who's your captain again? I forget.
Scary Creep.
I don't think I ever had to interact with him. I was a captain for a very brief stint.
He can be difficult to get a hold of.
Is he?
But he can be. It's moments.
I'd probably toss my hat in for Jaeger or Dean. Those two are just so hard to get anything out of. Especially actually, I'm gonna go with Jaeger. Have you tried setting up a scrim with Jaeger? Yeah. Have you tried setting up a scrim with Jaeger? Impossible.
I've never had to set up a scrim yet, so no. And it isn't most likely to chase a kill and die for it.
It's a hard one.
I can think of a lot of people, and they're all junglers.
Actually, I got one that isn't a jungler.
Oh?
Obama.
That's fair.
Obama is the
definitely
only
fair.
ADC that's 4 levels down trying to run at people and immediately dying for it.
I will throw out there, as far as Obama, if there was an award for most times quad ganked, he would get it. Because I'm pretty sure every team did their homework on this man. And everyone was like, nah, gank the shit out of him. He's going to flame out.
Yeah. Kaio.
And it's your boy Kyo. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like, in my opinion, it's either him or Trixie. But I watch your boy Kyo chase so damn far for everything. Much respect, man, but you gotta chill sometimes.
He's running it down, dog.
Oh, he is absolutely. Most likely to be late to a game or scrim.
Can I just say Vibe Tribe as a whole? Can I just say my entire team?
The Vibe Tribe team, okay, that's an interesting one.
If we're not late, we're costing. Obama, yeah, I could see that one also.
Obama up there for sure. I have to agree. Just because I don't know.
I can't even argue against Obama's always the last one in the lobby.
I've noticed that a couple of times. And Zelda, I wouldn't know.
Oh man, Zelda being
I've
late.
always I streamed the Hair once, and of course played them once, and neither time was Zelda late.
I think
So-
Zelda was like late for the playoffs or something like that.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, Obama just sleeps and never lets anybody know and never answers anything.
Gotcha. Most improved in the Lancelot division. Actually, I want to say Obluo. He has come a long way since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I agree. It started a bit rough. They really turned it. Looked a lot better as things went along. Trying to think oh, good. Sorry.
He went from sub to starter to sub, and then eventually became a starter again over me. And honestly, a lot of what happened on that team, I feel like, is more a product of just changing the roster every week than anything else. The real gangster. Okay. So Dean. Hello, Dean.
Did Dean really improve that much though? I don't know.
Dean did get better. The Aiden main. I don't know.
We are. Hold on. Just we are not blaming people. All right. This is not what we're doing.
Yeah. Like, Aiden Main started off a lot rougher than a lot of people. I will have to throw that out there. And I've seen a lot of improvement out of him.
Overall, though, even throughout the
I have no
entire
idea
event,
how to put it.
even throughout a lot Lance as a whole, there's a lot of players that have improved quite a bit from the beginning of the season. But
I feel like there are people that improved more, but I think saying like where they started and where they're at, I think it's fair to throw Aiden Main on there for that, at least.
that's fair.
Best sub, Obluo. I will keep saying the same until it happens. Obluo, best sub.
I don't think I ever played against him.
So keep in mind, again, he started the year as a sub and then became a starter, but then became a sub again. Like, I don't know if he's actually allowed to get this just because he was a starter at one point, but I'm going to put his name in there anyway.
BMO, the GOAT. Oh man, this guy is so good at the game, and he never got any playtime. It is tragic. It is a travesty. He got robbed. I will stand by this. Yeah, he got robbed.
He is definitely a great player, but from what I heard, he had a lot of schedule issues throughout the season, and
Yeah, no,
would have
he
only
did.
been, and potentially I think would have only been available for like 1 or 2 games. So great player, definitely good at the game, but I don't think like scheduling. I think scheduling has to be involved. That's the only reason I don't think he should be there. Is because you can be as good as you want. If you can't play, does it matter?
That's a fair point, I guess. We got Davo as well. Davo actually did look pretty good when he filled in games for them. Like I was surprised, like how decent they looked.
I've not really seen him play, so I wouldn't know what to say to that. If he looked good, if he was surprisingly good in games, then that definitely makes sense. Congratulations, BMO and Okums, though, for being the best subs in the Lancelot division. I still want to. I would have wanted to say Tyler 2K as well. Friendliest team in Lancelot.
Vibe Tribe, dog. Come on.
Cyber.
No. It is Vibe Tribe. Well, there's 2 spots, all right? But yeah, Vibe Tribe is definitely one of the friendliest teams by far. No debate.
I don't
yes,
know.
let's go. Bro, we're chill, dude. What do you mean? Come on. And Cyberpunk, yeah. Okay, so we were both right. It's Vibe Tribe and Otters.
Otters were really chill to play around with. I mean, I've been in. I float around in their server from time to time for sure, and they're just. They're Merlin, they're Lance. Both those teams are a joy to play with.
That whole organization is so cool. Jacob's done a great job with it.
Like actually, straight up, Jacob, you've done a phenomenal job with this organization. Please come back for season 2.
When Talon is your co-owner, you know you're doing something right.
Like, Jacob, come back for season 2. We need you here, buddy.
Ooh, most underrated.
Ooh. Well, it can't be any of the bottom 3, so
I disagree. I disagree.
really.
Yeah, I think Bodega actually looked good in a couple games. They just could never close them out. I think that was
That's
their biggest
actually
thing.
really fair. That's very, very fair.
They took IA to 3 games, didn't they? I think they took us I think they took them to 3 games or something. I don't remember what team took Ice Age to 3 games. But yeah, 5 trap really. Five Trap.
No, we got 2 out.
Okay,
That's right.
so this I'm gonna talk on this because we kind of got cost and not happy about it. But regardless, we did kind of have we had a decent start and then we kind of washed off a little bit in the middle and then we really picked it up towards the end after we made some changes. But yeah, I appreciate y'all voting Vibe Tribe underrated. Shows there's at least some respect for the org.
I mean, I didn't really underrate you. I always looked at y'all as an opponent, like, to actually have to fight into and actually try against. Maybe that's me not. And Flaming Tanuki's the other underrated team. I definitely see that one. I 100% agree with that one.
I think if it was like if Tanukis didn't make the swap with Vibe Tribe for Obama, I think they really wouldn't have been, but they did, and I mean, like, he even though despite him like every so often inting and running it down when he didn't need to, like he actually did made like put that team on the map. So I mean, like,
absolutely.
Tanuki's popping up here, it absolutely makes sense.
Absolutely. So the Tanukis played a very aggressive style, and Obama just played into that perfectly.
Yeah, that's just like completely him through and through.
And the biggest team turnaround. I don't know how I butchered that. I keep butchering words right now. It's like I can't talk. There are a few teams for that. Tanukis get it. I was about to say it. But yeah, the Tanukis definitely. We just talked about their turnaround once they got Obama, the aggressive play style that fit him really well. And I mean, to take it a step further, if you look at, because Dean was the one that was playing support, and if you look at the picks he was playing, it was like Maui and Atlas. That is aggression. That's just, I'm going to W key you. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I think they started their season off like 0-3 or something, and I think they ended. I think they were like 6-3. So I mean,
absolutely the best draft in the Lancelot division. I want to give to Ice Age because I mean they didn't make any changes and went undefeated.
I want to say, I guess when you say it like that, yeah, Ice Age actually didn't make any changes at all, did they?
Who else can you give it to? They went undefeated, and it is indeed Ice Age.
I was gonna say the Hairnets, honestly. I really like the Hairnets draft.
That was a great draft as well, but I couldn't think of anyone else to give it to. I remember this like on my voting, and I couldn't there was no other way. They made no changes to the roster and went undefeated. That alone, I had to give it to them.
Fair enough. Oh, fun part.
The third place for Legends of Camelot for each role. I mean, if Dees isn't in there for support, not for third place, but in any of them, I'm going to be throwing hands with some people.
All right.
And for solo, it's Dolo XL of Vibe Tribe. Again, I just don't know much about the guy.
He was like, so we started out with, I forget who did we start out with, Scooby. We had Scooby, we traded Scooby, we picked up Dolo, and Dolo was like such an aggressive in your face guy that like it really meshed well with the way I like to play jungle. So like it like the two of us together was kind of just fun, and he was very good on lane. I don't think he ever really lost the lane. He keeps things even, doesn't fall behind much. So yeah, I'm totally cool with this.
That is absolutely a fair way to put it. And in the jungle, Raptor from Ice Age, the third place on the Legends of Camelot for the jungle. And I've gotten to see a few games out of Raptor. Very, very solid performances through and through. I don't think I've really seen him carry a game, but definitely just always putting his team in a better place to win a game. Like, he's always a reason they're winning.
Yeah, he's not one of those players that's just like in the background, just kind of getting carried. No, he Raptor definitely makes an impact when they're playing.
And again, like, I don't think he. Oh,
Guzzy.
And Guzzy in mid.
We got two Ice Age players. They're the number one team.
Oh, I mean, no, absolutely.
No,
you knew it was
Guzzy's
going to
great.
happen.
Guzzy's
Guzzy's
great.
been very good. He was very difficult to actually like try and pull out a position, to actually make sure he's not doing damage as a support is kind of my job. He made that very hard.
Very reliable mid laner. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, good job, Guzzy. And we look at the support next.
One Tiflis of the Hannaford Hairnets. Absolutely a great pick for just any of these three places. Honestly, kind of weird to see him fall to third.
That's what I was about to say. I personally think he's kind of low. I think he should have been second, in my opinion. But
again, I would have put him under Dees, but yeah, definitely second.
Yeah, I mean, Juan just super reliable guy. It's really cool dude as well. I mean, yeah, what more can I say? I mean, he's a great player.
I haven't had the. And then, as far as the ADC, Nova Shark of the Royal Jesters, and isn't it Nova Shark? Isn't there like that AE?
All right, well, we're getting costed by production, so yeah.
So, not Nova Shark, Nova Shark of the Royal Jesters, the third place ADC in the league. Definitely did play a big part in games that they won. I think he had one or two games that he didn't really look that great, but when it's one or two games versus what you're putting up for an entire season, absolutely great way to round out this top three. A team consisting of these five, I'd be a little bit worried going into. Dolo plus Raptor doesn't look fun. Guzzy, Nova Shark, and Juan Tiflis as your like background trio. Oof. That's scary.
Go to the second place now. We're gonna start with the solos. Here's a hot take. All right, I'm gonna put. I'm gonna say it's Jaeger.
Jaeger could be one or two. I definitely could see that. I don't think that's a hot take. He's been playing extremely well all season. It ends up being your boy Kyo in second place in the solo lane, which again, very very easy like spot to put him. I really think it's either him or O Jaeger first or second. So I definitely like Jaeger's got to be first at this point. But Kyo, there's a reason he's your boy Penta in the server. Just gonna throw it out there.
I go to jungle now. Kroger. I don't remember going against Kroger. I don't remember going against Kroger.
Kroger Man is an exceptional jungler. And yet again, I'm going to draw on my experience of facing him as a support. And quite simply, he was just difficult to peel. He wasn't in...
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Ban Susana. Yeah, I think this is the only guy that Susana was banned every game against. Or
absolutely.
Close to it.
And again, Kroger Man playing one of the most difficult junglers in the entire game in Lance, and that being Susano. So, for those of you who didn't ban Susano, you now know why you lost.
All right, I'm gonna go to mid. Timbo, I disagree with this. I completely disagree. Timbo should be the number one mid laner. Yeah. Timbo, bro, you got robbed.
I think Neptune.
It still counts. I stand by.
I think Neptune might take it off of. Yeah. I think for Neptune, if he gets it, it's going to be a mix of reputation and he did still carry his team for quite a bit of the season. Like
Timbo good.
Timbo was definitely a great player all throughout the year. But I don't think he carried y'all the same way that Neptune dragged his team for a good portion of the season.
Timbo also got soloed by Low, so there's that.
Ouch.
All right. We're looking at supports now. Who was it that you had for support? I don't remember the name.
Support for number 2. I forget who I was saying, actually. I know Deese is who I was saying should be the top.
Well, Jordan, go ahead and reveal it. Let's see who it is. Arc. Okay, yeah.
Eyes.
This is a good one.
I can definitely see it. He was doing a good job all season, just making sure his carries were safe, warding up properly, just all around very, very solid play out of Arc 5s.
It's always where he needed to be as well. Like I don't think he might have got picked off a few times playing like immobile gods, but like overall he was just exactly where he needed to be most of the time. So I mean, definitely a solid player all around and very reliable. I mean, second team's not bad at all. Yeah, I think this is appropriate.
You know, wards win wars, and quite simply, he did place a lot. He also was doing a good job peeling. That's really why I say he's number 2 on there. Like, I don't think I saw him miss abilities when he was peeling for allies.
Yeah. All right, we're going over to the ADC now. I want to say Sleepy. I actually want to say Sleepy. Sleepy jumped between like 3 different rows throughout the season.
Yeah,
but
if he's jumped between 3 roles, I'd say give it to him.
He jumped between 3 roles and he ended the season off in ADC, and it was by far his best looking role. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sleepy.
Shit, yeah, just go with Sleepy.
Seth.
And instead it's Seth Senpai, a player that definitely knew that staying alive was a priority for a carry.
You are cutting out Mechanist.
Seth Senpai was a player that very much played to the idea that, okay, I am a damage carry. I need to make sure I'm taking towers. I need to stay alive. Like, that was his play style. Yes, the Split Push King also just someone that made sure his team was in a position to win because he existed. Not because he's getting kills, not because he's out there just murdering everything. No, he exists, and so you have to worry about the towers.
Yeah, it's very, very good play overall. Very solid, very reliable. Knows his job, knows his role in a team fights as well. Yeah, I mean, Seth gets it. You know,
sometimes it's not about going out killing everything inside. Sometimes it's just you know your role, you know what you're doing, and that's all you need. And that is Seth.
Head up to the first place now.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
I think this is where we see O Jaeger.
This is where we see Jaeger right here. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's nobody else. Yeah.
Hey, we called it. Because it was either going to be O Jaeger or your boy Penta. I'm not going to say Kyo. I'm going to call it as this. It was either O Jaeger or your boy Penta. It was one or the other.
Jaeger has such an interesting way he plays solo. I mean, he plays very off meta picks. I've seen him pull out Chang'e. I think he played like Zhang. He's very he's more than happy to pull out like the Zhang Kui at times as well. I mean, it's a really weird god pool to try to play around with, and he plays it so aggressively as well.
Absolutely, and he popularized the Chang'e in the Lancelot division. When you are setting trends, this kind of award is absolutely fair. And chat pointing out that he played up Wash in a scrim once, so definitely pulling out some really weird stuff.
I'd say he's the biggest reason Ice Age is where they're at right now. So I mean, you know, really got on him for being recognized for getting in there, and he made first place, first team. So I mean, good job, Jaeger.
Absolutely, congratulations, Jaeger, best solo in Lancelot division.
I'll go to jungles. If it's not me, it's just rigged. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, come on. We can't be going there.
Just calling it like I see it. Not playing. Honestly, I don't even know who it would be. The only one I would thought would be Raptor, but
I would have thought Raptor or Kroger, but they're already 3-2.
I can't even think of who it would be.
And
Epic Wizard.
Epic Wizard, top jungler. I'll be honest. I definitely can see why he'd be in the top 3. I wish he was bumped down 2 spots, but I didn't see enough of his gameplay to want to put him at 1, whereas I saw a lot more of Kroger. So that's skewing the way I see it.
I'll be honest.
I
I
mean-
don't know. I don't know anything about his play style. I think we played against them once, and that was it. Yeah. I mean, and it was like way in the beginning of the season as well. So, I don't remember anything about Wizard.
And then for top mid laner,
I think it's Neptune, right?
it's Neptune. It's
yeah,
gotta
it's gotta be Neptune.
And here it is, Neptune Spartan, first place mid laner in the in CSL Lancelot. I don't think there's much more to say there.
You want to talk about a hard carry player, man? I mean, jeez, this dude. Well, I don't think I've seen somebody like carry a team as hard as I saw Neptune carry his.
I'm pretty sure Underworld was comprised of 2 players for most of the year.
Just Wizard and Neptune. But yeah, I mean, exceptional player. Pumps out damage, secures kills. I mean, exactly where they needed to be every
Objectives.
time. Objectives. You know,
I
never
have
really
watched
out of
him
position.
steal objectives. Just unseen.
Fantastic player all around. I mean, I could definitely even see him like moving up to like Merlin or something like that. I mean, they're just very good.
And moving on to support, this is Dees.
Yeah, this is Dees. Yeah.
Like there's absolutely no surprise here. We can talk about Neptune. We can talk about Neptune and Epic carrying that team, but they can't carry as hard as they did if Dees isn't sitting there making sure no one touches them.
Bro, looking at this this Underworld like 3 so far. I mean, was I sleeping on this team for most of the season? I'm not gonna lie. I might have been sleeping on these guys the whole time because the only time I ever played against them, any of these guys, was I think like our week 2 game or week 3 game or something like that, and that was like what 2 months ago now. So
Yeah.
I honestly don't even remember.
No, these guys, like this core of 3 right here, jungle mid support. When your 2 roamers are as good as Underworlds were, there's a reason you're in the playoffs like that.
Yeah, and they've looked pretty good throughout the playoffs as well. Throughout the games I've casted of them, or I've seen casted.
Absolutely. And top ADC, I can't think of it.
Maybe
honestly. Yet again, the 2 I would have put there are like already gone.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. All right, I'm once again gonna bid for Sleepy. It's probably not him, but I'm gonna bid for it. I'm gonna bid for it. I'm gonna bid for it. And let's see who it is.
Production calling out my co-chair here for being a troll. Just want to throw that out there.
All right, let's see who it is. Go on, Jordan. Do your job. Obama.
And
yeah,
Obama, the first place ADC in the league.
Despite answering their brains out in that playoff game that they played.
Whoa.
I'm gonna call him out. No, I'm joking. Seriously though, Obama's looked really strong all season. He was the one that brought the Tanukis to any sense of relevancy. So I mean, really good on him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we talked about it. We talked about it earlier with the Tanuki's turnaround and all that, and especially like right at first, I think we were talking about Obama and DCing or something like that. But when the strategy for the rest of the league is, hey, just gank this shit out of him and hope he flames out. Notice the word I added in there this time, not just for effect, but because that is the case. And hope he flames out.
Yeah, Obama's just a very impactful player. Yeah. And this is gonna be your first place teams or player, excuse me, for Camelot's first season. And,
Jaeger, Epic Wizard, Neptune Spartan, Dees, and Obama X. Phenomenal job. And yeah, no, that is not a team I want to trifle with right there. If those 5 are together, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I agree. But we do have one more award coming up, and it's going to be the MVP of Lancelot. Oh, man.
We just talked about how hard Neptune carried, and quite honestly, Wizards really good, but there's a lot that rides on the just like split second of damage of mage abilities out of the mid lane and the like of all that. I want to say it's either Neptune or Dees.
I'm a simp for Vibe Tribe, so I'm gonna say it's Timbo. What? What's the big reveal? Go ahead. Neptune. Okay.
Neptune's part. We just spent like 5 or 10 minutes
I
talking about
I
it,
know,
so-
but like a man could dream, right? Yeah, Neptune absolutely deserves it. Popped off all season, and just I mean, I don't think there's another player on another team that carried them, or that made as much of an impact on their team as Neptune did. So I mean, this is 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of your the first team was pretty much dominated by Underworld. Shows that
And
they
yet
got
they
a very
can't make
strong
the
team.
finals.
Whoa, we're throwing shots. No, the team, it was a good team. They have a good team.
No,
And yeah, I mean,
absolutely a great team. And I believe the favorites for the third place in that first season. So
yeah. And with that, that's going to be the end of end of your awards for Lancelot. Last thing we have to put out is signups close. I forget the date. I don't think they're closing anytime soon. But okay, gotcha. So
keep
not
in mind,
this weekend,
everybody. Yeah, signups closing the 26th.
Yeah, sign-ups. Oh, it's me back again. I've been hiding for this whole time. Yeah, sign-ups close not this weekend, the weekend after. So if you have got anyone that wants to join, anyone that wants to play, obviously grand finals this weekend. We're going to get scouting games started very shortly after finals is finished as well, and captains will start getting selected. But if you haven't signed up already, the sign-up form is in the Discord. If you head over to sign-up forms, you will find it in there. Fill it out, sign up for the next season. If you have anyone that wants to join as well, get them to join. The invite is at the top, so you can invite anyone to the server. Any friends or anyone that you play with who wants to join and play next season, just get them involved. But yeah, thank you very much to these guys here for hosting the Lancelot division.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jordan, for hosting the entire award ceremony. I mean, we wouldn't be here hosting it without you.
Yes.
I don't really speak British. So I don't really know what Jordan said. But anyway, yeah.
No one understands what I say. Don't worry. It's okay. You're not the only one, so,
all right. Yeah. Appreciate you guys coming out to watch the show. And yeah, once again, thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, no worries. If you get any questions or anything, please use our support ticket. We will be posting these into the server, so everyone will be getting their award tags at some point, either today or tomorrow. We will be posting all of the sort of screenshots for the winners of the main awards into the correct channel. We have a Camelot Legends channel in there, so you'll see those in there soon. But yeah, any questions with sign-ups, please do submit a support ticket. And as I said, please go over to sign-ups and sign up. We have got gems this season, a lot of gems as well, 4,000 for first place, which is quite a lot. So head over there and get yourself signed up. But that's going to be it here from us. We are going to be back here tomorrow. We have 2 games. We have 2 games on 2 channels. We have created a second channel for the games because obviously the game's the best of 5 tomorrow. So we have 1 game on at 12:30, which I believe is going to be... I'm trying to remember which game it is that's on because it got rescheduled. 12 p.m. is going to be the Lance finals, so that is going to be Ice Age versus the Hanford Hairnets. So that is going to be the first game on tomorrow, which is going to be an absolute banger of a set. Then we have the Merlin Division set on the second channel, which will be Bodega Hive versus Flaming Tanukis, and that will be starting at 1:30 p.m. EST. And then our Alpha Finals will be on the main channel, but that will be on Sunday, which will be at 4:30, which will also be an absolute banger of a set. So some really good final sets. So please join us tomorrow and cheer your division on, and just cheer Smite on in general. There'll be some good games tomorrow.
All right,
Absolutely.
And with that, we're gonna close it out. Farewell.
Adios, everybody. Mechanis here, signing off with Kanade.